The cold weather getaway forecast is brought to you by Visit Orlando.
Across Florida on Saturday, it's looking pretty good in many areas. Panama City, 23 degrees. Tampa is getting up to about 25. As we look to Key West, 24 degrees. Fort Lauderdale's 23. And then around Jacksonville, 23. And we're seeing sunshine there. Heading into Sunday, Orlando's at 26. Tampa, 26 degrees. Sarasota, 27. With lots of sunshine throughout the day.
If I want to be at the top of my game, I take my morning routine very seriously. I get up nice and early. I do some yoga, and I take my dog on a nice long walk. I know. It takes a lot of discipline. That's why I make sure my routine includes Activia. It's so good. That makes all the difference.
Activia by Dannon. Every morning. Stick to the rhythm. Proud partner of the Canadian Digestive Health Foundation.
At Kinder, we want to know, have you played today? The new, more playful Kinder Surprise toy collection with even more surprise inside that your children will love. The new Kinder Surprise collection. Have you played today?
Now you can get a Nike trainer in your living room.
Lunch lower.
Let your music fill your home. Search the web and bring it to life on your TV. Entertainment is more amazing with Xbox. Xbox 360 with Kinect and 3 games now $50 off. Rated E to T.
Is your sore back telling you it's time for a new mattress?
Then head to Sleep Country, where for a limited time, this Simmons Beauty Rest with memory foam is just $7.98.
At Sleep Country, you'll get an unbeatable price.
But hurry, this limited time special purchase ends Sunday.
Your local forecast is brought to you by Otriven Seawater and Aloe.
upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned after this local forecast for Force of Nature, a look at weather around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Otrivin Seawater and Aloe. Seawater washes away congestion, while aloe soothes dryness. This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers. This weather segment is brought to you by WestJet Vacations.
We have more photos and videos to show you as our storm watch coverage continues. This is in Alberta earlier today. Heavy amounts of snow. This area just south of Lethbridge where we saw close to 40 centimeters, blowing and drifting snow and very cold temperatures. For Warner overnight tonight, with the wind chill, it will feel closer to minus 24. So desperately cold. It's definitely going to stick around for the weekend, the cold temperatures that is. Now this system is starting to track into parts of Saskatchewan through the overnight hours. So a bigger story now for parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Note how much snow we could see. Winnipeg 15, maybe 30 centimeters in and around this area. And this icon right here, that means blowing snow. So visibility will be reduced if you're traveling through any of these regions. And yes, temperatures not really warming up too close to seasonal at all across the prairies and in through Calgary here. Saturday minus 14, Sunday minus 5. We do warm up a little bit on Monday here, but that's not seasonal and it feels close to about minus 9 with the wind chill. So we definitely need a warm up, but look, we do get some sunshine. So after this storm pushes through, things look a lot better into next week. We take you to Atlantic Canada where a nor'easter was charging through the area yesterday. On Friday, Birchie Bay, Newfoundland still saw some lingering showers and the system is still being felt across Newfoundland. We have a wind warning in place. St. Anthony winds could be gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour, and for the Burin, an additional 10 millimeters of rain through the overnight. And this is an area that has already seen close to 100 millimeters of rain since just Wednesday. So it's going to start to clear out. That's certainly the good news. Western shores of Newfoundland for Saturday, a bit of a rain snow mix for you, but the Maritimes not looking too bad. There's that high pressure pushing into place. That's your friend if you like the sunshine, so you're getting some for your Saturday and Sunday. Coming up, our storm watch coverage continues as we go over watches and warnings in place across the prairies.
This weather segment is brought to you by WestJet Vacations. #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason. Because owners care, and it shows.
Good job! You are exactly one of a kind. Go, go, go! We were made for each other, for always.
Some assembly required. Batteries not included.
You are exactly one of a kind.
Hi, baby.
We were made for each other.
Some assembly required. Batteries not included. Now available at Toys R Us and other fine retailers.
What would it take to put your heart out there? If you knew you could be yourself 100%, would that do the trick? Free your heart to find deep, lasting love on eHarmony 18+.
Okay, look.
When gas prices jump, you still gotta work. So suddenly you're cutting back on everything from family vacations to cell phone minutes. Well, here's a thought. How about cutting back on gas? Here's how. The Ford F-150. It gets 32 miles per gallon highway. That's the best. So you can get the job done and get a break at the pump. Yeah, can you hear me now? This is the future. This is the Ford F-150.
There are lots of different ways to say get well to your loved ones.
This came for you, Mommy.
But when you send a Kleenex Care Pack, complete with Canada's softest tissue, you're also giving a warm gesture of care. Kleenex, Canada's softest tissue.
This weather segment is brought to you by BG Star and Star System.
All around the world, houses look different, but ultimately they serve the same purpose: shelter. Design is only limited by imagination and a sense of purpose. Perhaps it's time to look at that purpose collectively and think green. This concept home does just that. Designed by DeHouse, this eco-prefab home sits on rails, allowing it to transform depending on the weather. It curls up to conserve on cold days and opens to load up on solar energy. Being prefabricated, it also generates less waste. There are kinks to be worked out, but the design definitely makes you think. In Milan, Italy, the Vertical Forest project by Bosco is on its way to becoming an eco-home reality. Architects working with botanists designed this for people, birds, and plants. It will hold a lot of greenery and protect it from wind and noise pollution, all while cleaning the air, producing oxygen, and reducing urban sprawl. Meanwhile, in Wales, this low-impact woodland home is a reality for some. They used the natural surrounding and reclaimed items and added their own eco-friendly features. Straw bales were used for insulation, solar panels for lighting, a composting toilet was installed, and the roof collects rainwater. Living by example, they were able to create not only a green house, but a green home.
This weather segment has been brought to you by BG Star, the meter that comes with Star System, the star treatment for people living with diabetes. Your local forecast is brought to you by Tums Freshers.
upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned after this local forecast for Force of Nature, a look at weather around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by New Tums Freshers, fast heartburn relief, and fresh breath.
What a lovely winter day.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers. This weather segment is brought to you by Cora Breakfast and Lunch.
Time now to take a look at how things are shaping up over Ontario for the weekend in terms of conditions of late. Towards the south, it's been cool, rainy, and breezy and very gray. Towards the north, we've seen pockets of heavy snow. Is there any hope for sunshine and warmer temperatures? Well, here's Nicole Karkin with the details, standing outside of our Oakville offices and studios. How's it shaping up for tonight into tomorrow, Nicole?
Gary, outside of our Oakville studios right now, it is dry. It's clear, about 7 degrees, wind sustained at 9 kilometers an hour out of the west. Now, it's a good thing I'm not out here later on in the evening because we do anticipate a little bit of rain through the overnight into our Saturday. A little bit of drizzle here and there. You know what? If you're caught outside without your umbrella, won't be the worst thing that ever happened to you. It's not going to be a soaker. Now, earlier today, we did see that cloud cover sort of creeping in. Didn't see as much sunshine as yesterday, but temperatures are sort of inching in, and we were a lot closer to seasonal by the afternoon, about 8-9 degrees across the Greater Toronto region. Heading into Saturday, it's mild, but Sunday, look at this. Perfect conditions for any outdoor parades for the Remembrance Day ceremonies, and it looks like temperatures are going to be even above seasonal. So it's a great day to be outdoors, and I know, Gary, you're going to have more details on those events.
All right, thanks, Nicole, for that report. Indeed, daytime highs, the average for this time of the year, closer to about, say, 8-9 degrees in the GTA. So we'll take 15, 16. And speaking of Remembrance Day ceremonies, honoring our very heroic veterans from many wars past, we, of course, have seen some of those ceremonies already this week. Let's hear from one of our vets about the importance, the symbolic nature of the poppy itself.
That the poppy is distributed by the Royal Canadian Legion through the Royal Canadian Legion, and it's a point and a symbol of remembrance for all of those whose men and women had died in the war, and that we appreciate it when the community comes forward and supports the cause of the Royal Canadian Legion in giving that remembrance to all of the sacrifices of all of our brothers and sisters that have served in the Armed Forces of Canada.
The story for Saturday across much of southern Ontario, because of a leading edge of this warm front associated with a huge system of low pressure, will be a slight bump in temperatures, but rains scattered in nature to the south. And now we're looking at the potential of the same moisture getting mixed in with colder air, and that's why snow and a rain-snow mix towards Nickel Belt and even heavier snow and concentrated snow towards northwestern Ontario is likely. So we get through an unsettled Saturday, and seasonal temperatures to well above seasonal temperatures for daytime highs for your Sunday and Monday before we cool down yet again for your Tuesday coming. Well, that's going to be quite the sharp decline in temperatures. We're looking at some sunny skies on Sunday, however. Let's take a look at Hamilton following suit. Also warm there west of the GTA, north of in the Barrie, Collingwood area, similar forecast. So too in the Durham region, east of the GTA as well. Let's take a look at this international story. Stateside, imagine this. having to line up for gasoline and the gasoline being rationed. Yes, the cleanup and recovery and the ongoing aftermath of what was Superstorm Sandy continues. More on that and the storminess in Alberta coming up.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Cora Breakfast and Lunch, helping you start the day off right with a delicious breakfast for 25 years.
What would it take to put your heart out there? If you knew you could be yourself 100%, would that do the trick? Free your heart to find deep, lasting love on eHarmony 18+.
You are exactly one of a kind.
Yummy!
Cause we were made for each other always.
Some assembly required.
Power your escape with a car as alive as you are. Introducing Instinctive All-Wheel Drive from Jaguar.
The airflow of many conventional fan heaters rises upwards, so they do a good job of heating the air above our heads, but not the whole room. The Dyson heater projects heat across the room quickly, evenly, and using air multiplier technology precisely, and costs around 20% less to heat a whole room than conventional fan heaters, which is comforting.
This weather segment is brought to you by Save on Energy.
upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned after this local forecast for Force of Nature, a look at weather around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Save on Energy. Find ways to save on energy in your home. This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers. This weather segment is brought to you by Disney Parks and Resorts.
Joining us, hello, I'm Gary Archibald. We are in Stormwatch this evening in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. As a powerful wintry system moves through the prairies, that same system has already brought intense snowfall to southern Alberta today. 25 centimeters of snow has fallen in the city of Calgary. Kelsey McEwen has more on that story.
Say it isn't snow, but yes, that is the case here in Calgary and much of southern Alberta. It is a winter wonderland, that's for sure. The snow has been falling steadily since very, very early on Thursday morning, and it just hasn't stopped since then. At no point has it ever really been coming down quite heavily, but it's just been falling steadily enough to create huge accumulations on the ground. Now, if you're a big snow lover, because that means you get to have a snowball fight or build a snowman with the kids, unfortunately, this is just not the snow for you. It is so cold that the snow is quite dry and very powdery. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, you can't even hardly make a snowball at this point. Nothing is really sticking together. I even tried to make a little snowman, and as you can see, he's only about half a foot tall because I just couldn't get it any bigger than that. Looks a little bit pitiful, that's for sure. But if you are heading outside to make the snow angels, perfect snow for you. Just make sure you are bundling up yourself and the kids because wind chills are huge in southern Alberta today. It is feeling very frigid at times, close to minus 20. Now, of course, this weather is also affecting the roads. So if you are heading out, give yourself ample time to get where you're going and leave lots of distance in between you and the car in front of you. Within the city of Calgary, roads are a disaster. Outside of the city, black ice is a huge concern. Now, for more on this winter storm and what we can expect, let's head back into the studio.
Thanks to Kelsey for filing that report. We'll have more exactly on how it's all playing out within the hours, so stay with us for that. Now, over to British Columbia, where earthquakes have been making headlines over the past few weeks. The latest was a magnitude 6.3 off the coast of Vancouver Island Wednesday evening. Prior to that, a string of earthquakes hit the Haida Gwaii region in late October. Now officials are assessing the safety of several structures, including the Patello Bridge in New Westminster. It's a 75-year-old bridge that's not up to current seismic design code. While authorities say it's still safe to travel on right now, they're planning to completely rebuild it by 2020. Turning our attention to what's making news across the border, warmer, sunnier weather has finally made its way into the northeastern USA. That's good news for people cleaning up after the powerful nor'easter hammered the region. More than 30 centimeters of snow fell in the hardest hit areas. Traffic and public transit was snarled and numerous flights were delayed. In New York City's Central Park, 12 centimeters of snow fell. That's the earliest they've seen that much accumulate since records began way back in 1869. We'll have more, of course, on the big snow story. The Atlantic season is going to be seeing a topsy-turvy weather weekend. You'll need the details. Stay with us.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Disney Parks and Resorts. Let the memories begin at the place where dreams come true. Disney Parks and Resorts.
People say Californians are out there.
Oh, we're out there. We're into some wild stuff. Woo!
Real wild. Like we're from another planet. From another world.
We've got some far-out ideas. Far out!
And different tastes.
We may be out there.
But out there
is a pretty great place. So join us!
You know where we'll be.
Start your trip at visitcalifornia.com.
Every day, Norm drove to work until one day it all went wrong. But along came the Michelin Man who reminded everyone that the right tire changes everything. Stop up to 10% shorter on ice with tires that last up to 2 times longer than leading competitors. The all-new Michelin X-Ice Xi3 tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
Why are you taking that with you? Why would you think that was a good idea? Why go there? Why put yourself through that? Why not just use one of those? And why this?
For every road trip, every adventure, or just hanging out with friends, there's a snack that's perfect for everyone. Introducing Chicken McBites from McDonald's. Tender, bite-sized pieces of seasoned chicken breast and a home-style breading. The perfect snack, day or night.
These dream destinations are brought to you by NOLA Tours. Few destinations offer such a perfect blend of ingredients. Wander the cobblestone streets, soaking up the culture and stunning architecture. Or head to nearby Isla de Rosario and enjoy fabulous weather, gorgeous beaches, and spectacular coral reefs. Your local forecast is brought to you by A&W.
upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned after this local forecast for Force of Nature, a look at weather around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by A&W, introducing the Buddy Burgers, part of our new value deals menu.
What a lovely winter day.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers. This weather segment is brought to you by Michelin Stealth Hybrid Wiper Blades.
We have more photos and videos to show you as our storm watch coverage continues. This is in Alberta earlier today. Heavy amounts of snow. This area just south of Lethbridge where we saw close to 40 centimeters, blowing and drifting snow and very cold temperatures. For Warner overnight tonight, the wind chill, it will feel closer to minus 24. So desperately cold. It's definitely going to stick around for the weekend, the cold temperatures that is. Now this system is starting to track into parts of Saskatchewan through the overnight hours. So a bigger story now for parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Note how much snow we could see. Winnipeg 15, maybe 30 centimeters in and around this area. And this icon right here, that means blowing snow. So visibility will be reduced if you're traveling through any of these regions. And yes, temperatures not really warming up to close to seasonal at all across the prairies and in through Calgary here. Saturday minus 14, Sunday minus 5. We do warm up a little bit on Monday here, but that's not seasonal and it feels close to about minus 9 with the wind chill. So we definitely need a warm up, but look, we do get some sunshine. So after this storm pushes through, things look a lot better into next week. We take you to Atlantic Canada where a nor'easter was charging through the area yesterday. On Friday, Birchie Bay, Newfoundland still saw some lingering showers and the system is still being felt across Newfoundland. We have a wind warning in place. St. Anthony winds could be gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour, and for the Burin, an additional 10 millimeters of rain through the overnight. And this is an area that has already seen close to 100 millimeters of rain since just Wednesday. So it's going to start to clear out. That's certainly the good news. Western shores of Newfoundland for Saturday, a bit of a rain snow mix for you, but the Maritimes not looking too bad. There's that high pressure pushing into place. That's your friend if you like the sunshine, so you're getting some for your Saturday and Sunday. Coming up, our storm watch coverage continues as we go over watches and warnings in place across the prairies.